Local airlines adjusted the schedules of their domestic flights this week after some flights were canceled yesterday. That's due to confusion over clearances from LGUs and the IATF, leaving some passengers stranded in Manila. Gerard de la Peña with a story.
5 domestic flights, all operated by Cebu Pacific, took off from the NAIA today. Passengers, mostly those stranded in Manila since the lockdown in March, were able to fly back home to General Santos City, Cagayan de Oro, and Naga. Some passengers came to the airport at the break of dawn just to be sure that they will be able to catch their flight. This caused crowding at the hub's perimeter as the terminal opened just in time for the first flight at 11:30 a.m. Among today's passengers were travelers whose flights were called off on Tuesday. The cancellation was caused by confusion among airlines regarding the additional permit needed from the IATF to mount domestic services. Irish Bisana was among the passengers who had to go through a great ordeal just to be able to go home to Jensan after being stranded in Metro Manila for almost 3 months.
Pinagpapasapasahan ng airport kung saan ka ba talaga sasakay kasi tinuro kami sa Terminal 2 kasi doon daw yung sabi na may flight ng domestic. Tapos pagdating namin doon, wala din palang flight ng domestic. Tambay lang kami doon.
This couple from Tarlac went early to the NAIA, not knowing that their flight to Tagbilaran was cancelled and was rescheduled to June 16.
Kaninang umaga nakalagay pa kami ng baggage sa ticket. Tinanggap pa naman din nila. Kanina hindi kami nakatulog kasi malayo yun. Alauna kami nagpunta dito, 1 o'clock po. Oo. Tapos doon na kami sa taas. Doon pa namin nalaman na pinasa pa kami sa gate, gate 4. Oo. Sabi doon daw.
Airport authorities explained that flights are spread out among the 4 terminals to ensure social distancing between arriving and departing passengers.
That's the reason why we asked airlines to submit to us beforehand their planned operations, specifically for domestics. The demand right now is very much very low, probably 20% the most. So 20% of the 700 is likewise about 140 flights spread throughout the day. That's what we're going to do so that this social distancing will be implemented for both departure and arrival.
On One News agenda, Cebu Pacific called on the government to issue clear guidelines as they are also adjusting to the new normal.
I think the reaction of the government with all of these different precautionary measures at the local and national level are understandable given this situation. But having said that, yes, it would be ideal if we had some guidelines. For instance, how do we clearly define what is leisure and non-leisure travel? At this point in time, we only have a general idea of it, but specific circumstances, we have to sort of make a discernment or a judgment call with our passengers, and it would be ideal to have these clearer guidelines, but we are working with the government so that we could come up with these clarifications.
Both AirAsia and the Philippine Airlines will gradually resume their domestic operations starting Friday.
Gusto po natin abisuhan yung ating mga pasahero na inurong po natin ang ating resumption date mula June 3 to June 5 is Friday. This is to give po enough time to our guests na makonsolidate lahat ng kanilang dokumento. Ang pagbabago din po ng ating resumption date ay following new developments from LGUs regarding yung opening po ng ating mga local airports.
Passengers are requested to go to the airport within 3 hours before their flights and not earlier to avoid crowding. They are also reminded to check necessary documents required by local government units of their destinations, including medical clearances and travel passes. For News 5, Gerard de la Peña, we are One News.